So we're going to do a lightning round here. Not a lot of time for this, but I'm going to start with Charles and just your reaction to what some of the other commentators are saying.
I sincerely believe that all those rebuttals we heard were written, put in a teleprompter hours before Tim Scott even spoke. They were going to say that no matter what he said last night. That was their talking points because they have their own agenda, bottom line.
Kaylee, as I come to you, a little bit of news. We know that a short time ago, Senator Tim Scott wrapped up a meeting with the family of George Floyd and the family's attorney, Ben Crump. Among them, Felonious Floyd, George's brother, and also the mom of Eric Garner. You want to talk about who's serious about criminal justice reform. Take a look at the leadership that's talking with these families today. And the plan is to have that be bipartisan, but that particular image, that video, is coming out of Senator Tim Scott's office.
Yeah, Senator Tim Scott has always been a bridge builder. He talked this morning about being in a room with 20 families who lost their loved ones to an incident with a police officer. I was in that room with Senator Tim Scott and President Trump. I saw those families' tears. I watched him build bridges. And this is the kind of leadership we should have in Washington, who says, yeah, let's do a police reform bill. Absolutely. But let's make sure we acknowledge most police officers are good, heroic people. Senator Tim Scott has built bridges as the media, as you just saw, tears us apart.
All right. Kennedy, before we come to you, let's take another chunk look at the media applauding President Biden's speech. Let's watch.
I think the president has decided the American people need me to come in and be a healing balm. And I think you are seeing that as a core part of his political philosophy and ideology. Let's bring the temperature down. Let's less flash, less partisanship.
He's really trying to bring the country together. It was a Make America Feel Good night. Make America Feel Pride night.
He's making it a moment of patriotism to support this bill. I thought he actually sold the bill as well as anyone could tonight. It's a remarkable speech from this president.
I don't know what they made Martha Raddatz do there. Like she stepped away from journalism. I'm not really sure. Anyway, Kennedy.
Yeah, she felt that thrill up her leg. I guess it was on loan from Chris Matthews. Come on, people. Let's be a little bit honest here. It was remarkable because he didn't fall asleep in the middle of his speech. And Van Kardashian is right. Tim Scott is the best that they've got, and that's why people are so worried about him.
Emily.
That last shot that we played just reminded me in liberal Seattle, where I live, how I've never seen more American flags hung from homes than after the Biden election. And it made me sad because there's only a few people like myself who fly that American flag all the time, every day of the year, no matter who is in the office of the commander-in-chief. And I note, too, that for members of the media, former and post, it also includes them perpetuating that racial slur on Twitter, right? Former MSNBC host Touré Neblet and the Root senior writer Michael Herrio and Joy Reid even continues to call Justice Clarence Thomas Uncle Clarence. So that really racial root is also being furthered by the media, not just praising Biden over in stark contrast to how they receive Senator Scott's messaging.
Using their platform to further racial slurs and attitudes. Amazing that they get away from that, get away with that.